Well, hello Dirtfish friends, it's lunchtime on Friday here at Rally Portugal. What a fascinating morning. It has been 4 stages down 5 in total, just over 64 kilometres of competitive action. And it has been fascinating out there this morning. Where are we though? Well, we're in Arganil, the legendary Arganil. Basically right behind us, that is regroup. Beyond that is Park for Me, and then beyond that is tyre fitting zone. So that's all we have today. Don't forget, folks, there is no service. It is just the tyre fitting zone. Any work that the teams want to do on the cars, they have to do themselves, and they have to do that work with the parts, with the spares, with anything they carry on the car. They can't be given anything in a remote regroup or tyre zone. They have to work on the car with whatever they've got within the car. So that's what's going on behind us. But what was going on in the stages this morning? Well, I have to say, it was a magnificent morning for Takamoto Katsuta. He won the opening stage. He was right up there in terms of his pace in the next 3 stages this morning, and he leads by 2.9 seconds. Let's hear what Takamoto had to say to us just a short while ago.
For sure, I pushed very hard from the beginning, so this was a plan and I followed it and went quite well. But some places I was too much pushing, making mistake. Still, time was quite consistent, but could be much better. I mean, I was making mess myself, so not fully happy, but still a long way to go. So I need to keep focused and keep pushing.
How has the car been for you?
It's very struggling. Actually, not really happy. Yeah.
Will you make changes?
Yeah, but the afternoon will be condition completely changed. So hard to say how much we need to change because now we are. Yeah, I think all our team struggling same thing.
So Takamoto leads, but the man in second place, can you guess who it is? I bet you can't. It's the man who was first on the road, who we all thought would struggle out there this morning. Thierry Newville has thrown everything at those stages this morning. He's got everything out of his tyres, everything he could out of his car. Was he helped by the conditions? Of course he was. It rained very, very heavily here a few days ago. There was still a lot of moisture in the ground, but there's no doubt that Newville's position was still far from the best on the road, and he did a great job. 2.9 seconds behind our rally leader Takamoto Katsuta. This is what he thought of this morning's loop.
Yeah, obviously we got helped by the humidity in the first stage this morning. So we're capable of setting a good time. The few seconds we took yesterday evening already on most of the competitors definitely are helpful as well in such a demanding loop like today. But yeah, it's still an afternoon loop to go, and I think it's going to be the more challenging one.
So yeah, a little bit surprising to see Newville right there on the pace this morning. What can he do this afternoon? Let's wait and see, but Newville is absolutely on form here today. Third place at lunchtime service is Kalle Rovanperä. Yeah, not been happy. Really not been happy out there. We expected Rovanperä, we expected Ogier, we expected maybe Danny Sordo with the road positions to almost dominate proceedings out there this morning, and that has been far from the case. All 3 of our top Toyota drivers, 4 if you include Katsuta, you have to include Katsuta in that, have all struggled with setup. This is what Rovanperä thought.
Definitely not so good than what we wanted to do. So yeah, not so strong feeling with the car.
All 4 Toyota drivers are struggling with their setup. It seems that this testing, this lack of testing, maybe is making things difficult to get the perfect setup to arrive at rallies with. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, for sure. It's always crucial to have the right car in the competition, and then yeah, like we did our test in Sardinia. Definitely, it's not same than here. So yeah, could have been much better morning, but it wasn't. So.
Maybe because it's 6 months I haven't competed on the surface, and yeah, I'm not as sharp as I would like. The car also far as sharp as I would like. Much too lazy to my tasting, and I really fight a lot to make the car turning, and I find the basically reactivity is missing. So we made some adjustments a little bit already to improve a bit, but so far it's not 100%.
Any spare parts for the intercom? I know you had intercom problems. Have you got the spare parts for that? Will that be okay?
Yeah, it should be okay. It should be okay. It's about the helmet issue, so it should be okay.
So that's our top 3 after 5 stages. But listen, it's still remarkably tight. Oh, Tanak is in fourth place, just 4.1 seconds off the lead. And another driver who wasn't entirely happy with the way his car was handling. We can see anything out there this afternoon. Tanak might still lead this one, who knows. Ogier is in fifth. Danny Sordo is in sixth. 9.1 seconds off the lead, so our top six separated by 9.1 seconds. Adrien Fourmeau has had a good morning out there as well. He's kept it clean, he's kept it tidy, and he showed some real pace. The driver who has really struggled, I have to say, is Elvin Evans. Nearly 18 seconds off the lead. And of all four of our Toyota drivers, he's the one that hasn't really managed to adapt his driving to that setup that clearly isn't right on the Toyotas. They'll get it right for tomorrow, I've got no doubt about that. But the other three Toyota drivers, they've worked around the issues. Elvin has struggled a little bit. This afternoon, 4 more stages. It's a repeat of this morning, but in a slightly different order. The temperatures are rising. There are tyre choices to be made out there. The stages, as we know on the second pass here in Portugal, can be remarkably rough. What more drama will we be reporting come the end of the day? There has to be something to talk about, that is for sure. It's been a wonderful morning of rally action here at Portugal, folks. More to come this afternoon.